Welcome, everybody. I'm so glad you're able to tune in with us right now, especially in these current times. I'm jumping over my own hurdle of feeling comfortable being in front of the camera and talking to you guys about this opportunity. But I'm a nurse. I'm a labor and delivery nurse. I currently still work the front lines. I work part-time. And in usual circumstances, I would have to pick up extra shifts. And as you can imagine right now, I have a daughter, she's 4 years old. I don't want to be having to go to the front lines right now more than I need to. And so this side business has shifted in my perspective, and I'm making it more of a main business right now. Because it has shifted my life so drastically, there's so many different ways of how I can share how it has shifted me. But in a nutshell, it has helped me become more present in my body. What I've noticed at first when I met this beautiful soul that you're about to hear a little bit more from, Sarah Haywood. Initially, what it helped me is really come back to my body and to be more present in my body, but also this brain fog that I had. And I think when I met you, Sarah, that's when I was at my worst of the brain fog. I was a mother. My daughter was barely 2 years old. I went to Spirit Weaver to really find a part of myself again that I lost at that point because I was just on autopilot of functioning and doing all the things that I think I should have done or should do as a mother, as a wife, as a nurse, and as an artist, as a singer, wearing all these different hats. And I was running around trying to fit all these in and just realized I've lost myself in the middle of it. So anyways, on this journey, I met Sarah Haywood. It's a beautiful sister gathering out in the woods. If you haven't heard of it, I recommend you to check that out. But that's where she introduced me to this beautiful green gold, as she used to like to call it back then, the organic hemp tincture. And initially I felt the shift right away, but I could have not told you what exactly that it did for me until we went on a trip on our anniversary and we had everything planned out. We had nannies for overnight planned out. And that, if you have children, you know that is a huge undertaking of being able to have coverage for your child for about a day and a half. And we had all that lined up. But here my moon count came, and I was just, I don't want to meet her right now. But I had the oil, and I just did the oil. I took my last Motrin then, and that's been almost 2 years. And I realized I was not feeling as off as I usually feel. And I've been using all my youth, like 2 decades easily. And I was able not to have to take this. And that was when I realized how potent it is. And so at that point, I felt like, I'm just going to share the oil. I'm a nurse. I make good money. I don't need to really jump into the business. But it's good to diversify my income. I always like to have different options in my life. So moving forward to the times right now, I really don't want to have to be at the front line more than I need to. And so I'm so grateful for this opportunity that I have and all the people that I've been able to help so far. I realized that by not sharing it, I'm potentially withholding this opportunity that they might be praying for right now. And so here I am sharing with you how it drastically changed my life, how initially it changed my life. And now, of course, I get to talk to so many people and create a wonderful community that I usually probably wouldn't have without this. So no further ado, I want you to meet Sarah Haywood, soul sister and friend. She's an artist. She is a business savvy person, and she is a yogi teacher, and she's an amazing artist in photography. So check her out as well. And she's been with the company since the very beginning. So she's a guru at knowing everything about hemp. And she's going to share this incredible opportunity that we're having for $1 right now. So if you've been curious about trying out the products or even are looking for something else to create another income that you can do from home, check it out.
Awesome. Thanks, Paola. It's so good to be here with all of you ladies on the call. And if there's any gentlemen listening in later, welcome. We're so happy to have you. Typically I just jump right into the presentation. I do want to share that a little bit of my story just briefly, because I do feel like it's important. I feel like it's something I haven't really, a tool I haven't needed to share because everybody else's stories are so powerful. And when Paola was sharing, I realized I've been on the health and wellness forefront, this revolution, for about 10 years now, and I had a spiritual awakening 12 years ago, and I just got really clear what you're putting in your body is what you are. And I learned more about the body and how it functions, and how if I started making gradual changes and shifts to nourish my body and just make better choices every day, over time that would compound and my body eventually would change and shift. And I've never even spoken about this on a Prime My Body call, but I used to struggle from eating disorders, and I think a lot of women have at one point in their life, or at least comparison, or feeling like they need to look a certain way or weigh a certain amount or fit in a certain size pants. And it was really debilitating. I started my day waking up thinking about what I was going to eat, or mostly what I wasn't going to eat, or how much I was going to work out, or how many calories I needed to burn. And it really took me out of my power. I was giving my power away to this. And when I was 23, I made a conscious choice to stop taking any pills, any substances. I grew up with ADD. I got prescribed to Adderall, which I'm not going to lie, it was really beneficial for me. It helped me actually make it through college and actually get an education, or maybe I wouldn't have. And I also saw the downsides. I saw the side effects. I saw the things in my body, the symptoms that were coming up that weren't good. And I knew, essentially, I went to Australia and I almost went to jail for having Adderall because it's completely illegal in their country. And I had a wake-up call of, wow, I definitely do not need to be putting a pill in my body every day so that I can stay focused and attentive, especially when this little pill is illegal on a whole continent. And I, from that point, started on my yogic path. I started learning about gardening. I started learning about whole foods. I started eliminating processed foods. I started learning about superfoods, organic, and I really went on this journey really all around the world, finding the best nourishing supplements, foods, things that I could put in my body so that I could perform and be my ultimate optimal self. And that was ultimately my goal, because I knew that my health was my wealth. And about 3.5 years ago, I was in really deep prayer as an artist, as a yoga teacher, meditation teacher. You know, I'm sure many of you know this wave if you don't have steady income or if you're self-employed. And I was just tired of it. And I was in really deep prayer around residual income. And for years, I had been cultivating what I wanted to do, what I wanted it to look like. I knew it didn't fit in any sort of template that was already out there. It was very clear that what I came here to do, nobody had done before. And I feel like that's true for probably many of you on this call. And so that was an opportunity for me to dig deep inside, navigating through the world, through this labyrinth, collecting the things, experiencing the contrast, getting clear about what it is that I did want. And sure enough, 3.5 years later, an opportunity dropped in my lap. I was introduced to it 7 times before I even said yes to looking at this presentation that I'm about to show you. But when I did, my whole life changed. It was kind of like the cosmic joke for me, but ultimately that moment in Australia, all of these moments in my life that had led me up all of these pivots and turning points and curves and roads on the path, I felt had led me to Dr. Erin Pollinger's living room to hear a presentation about a network marketing company selling CBD oil. And all of a sudden time stopped and everything just, the dimensions collapsed, everything clicked into place. And I knew that everything that I had been looking and for and cultivating actually was a collective vision. And here it was, and it was in the form of a network marketing company called Prime My Body. And so I wanted to share that with you because this isn't just another thing that Paola and I are doing. This is something that really can add value to people's lives. And that's what I've been on the mission to do as a business student, as an entrepreneur, as an artist, as somebody who's here to serve humanity and really upshift the lives of 1 billion people. I'm very clear that I need a vehicle to be able to support me with that. And that vehicle has to fill many gaps for many people. And that's exactly what this product and this opportunity does. It gives people the opportunity to enhance their lives energetically, emotionally, spiritually, mentally, and even financially. And if you put me on the phone with any person who has a problem, most likely our company has a solution for them. And how amazing is that? What greater gift could we give? So I don't want to take too much time. I typically don't like to share my story or any of it on these calls, because for the sake of time, I want to honor everybody's time, because I know that your time and attention is the most valuable gift that you could give. So we really appreciate that, and are grateful that you're here. So the company is Prime My Body, and I'm just going to breeze through this presentation. This is in your back office. This is what we all get as affiliates. That's what I am. I'm an affiliate. Paola is an affiliate of this company. We're essentially helping to build the global name brand of hemp from our home or the beach whenever the beach is reopened, because that's where I like to build my business from. If you have questions, write them down. If you have a pen and paper, please write down what you liked. I'd love to hop on the phone call with you, or we can send you another presentation that goes for a number of reasons, which if you're curious to know about, we can send you some more information on hemp in general. And also I invite you and encourage you to do your own research. This is really why I love this business. It's like a choice, or I'm way to, because I really believe that hemp is going to be the industry of our lifetime. Last year, or in 2018 rather, we don't know what the numbers are yet, I haven't checked, but in 2018, it was a $590 million market. That's almost $600 million. Our company accounted for 10% of that. And when you have a company that accounts for 10% of the market, when the market's projected to grow, we would be a $2.3 billion company. Well, you're probably wondering why that matters to you as a guest on this phone call. And the reason that matters is because this company pays out half of every dollar to the affiliates in the field. People like myself, Paola, and potentially you or Linda on the call as well. And the question is, how are you going to position yourself in this industry? Because I do know people, and I actually used to work for some of them in Oregon. They started the first commercial hemp farm when it became legal up there, and they spent $3 million just on their license. He's service has the power to impact so many people on whatever level they choose, and also he's seen companies falter and not make it because they didn't have distribution in order, because they didn't know how to open international markets. And so he was on the affiliate side building the business just like we are today, and then decided to go to the corporate side. They put you on, give you food recipes to eat, and put you on detoxes, and give you CBD oil, and get you personal trainers, and get to the core of the symptom instead of putting a Band-Aid over it, which is, again, like I mentioned at the front end of this call, a big part of what I've decided to do is, find a plant-based wellness, something that comes from the earth. Former NFL players, as former Army vets who have reported severe PTSD, which is a great time to say that we don't make any claims that our products cure, treat, or heal anything. This is a dietary supplement, and we just don't make any claims. Just try the product for yourself. But what's cool is these brain scans, they show the brain before they took the product that I'm about to show you, and then they show the brain after. And these brain scans actually showed that within 35 milliseconds, the product was getting into the brain. So, and I'll be able to go a little bit into that, but that's part of what we love about Dr. Ron. He's really cutting edge. He clinical data for us that allows us to always be enhancing and improving our products. So activating the endocannabinoid system. I know that's a mouthful, and probably a lot of the words that I'm going to give you over the next 5 minutes are a mouthful. Don't let it scare you. The first time I heard all of that, I didn't know anything. Actually, to be honest, when I joined the company, I don't think the company knew what the endocannabinoid system was. We didn't learn until 6 months in what the endocannabinoid system was. And it wasn't even discovered till 1992 in Israel by a guy named Raphael Meshulam, who's still alive. I recently saw at UCLA. He's absolutely amazing. And he's kind of the godfather of cannabis or hemp. And he's the one who also discovered the different compounds in the hemp plant, cannabis plant. So if you don't know about this, again, don't let it scare you. It sort of all went over my head at first, and I just felt the resonance in my body of like, okay, yeah, like I said, time stopped for me. So I was like, yeah, whatever this is, sign me up. I hadn't even tried the product yet. So please, again, and we have tons of information on this, and it's something that I invite you to get curious about, because this endocannabinoid system, what it is, it's a vast signaling network throughout your whole entire body that actually regulates and modulates every other system in the body. Let that sink in for a minute. You have a system in your body that regulates and modulates every other system in the body. And we didn't even know about it until 1992. And still, they haven't fully acknowledged it here in the United States, because hemp only became legal a year and a half ago. And because of that, it wasn't legal to do studies on it. And because we couldn't do studies on it, so on and so forth. So this is very cutting edge. It's amazing because what our products do is they activate this endocannabinoid system, this ECS. Please feel free to do some research on it. I have a playlist, a whole endocannabinoid playlist on my 7th elixir. You can write that down, 7th elixir. I'd love to share one day about what the 7th elixir is all about, because that's a super magical story in itself. I really believe that this is going to change the planet, this compound. It's happening right now. I think it's happening right now. It's happening right now. Believe it. It's already done. What happens is this system is, I feel like we're so short on time. I could go into this forever. Okay, just write down endocannabinoid system. It's because I do have to keep going, but this is really fascinating. But what happens is Focus and our other product, Calm, and we actually have a new immunity blend. I talked to Paul yesterday. We have an immunity blend that's coming out in 3 weeks. It's really exciting as well. Yay! But what these are, these hemp extracts, essentially these cannabinoids, which is the compound in the hemp plant, they hit these receptors in the body, and we have these receptors literally through our whole body. Women have the most in their uterus. We have them in our brain, everywhere. And what happens is in 35 milliseconds, you take this product, Focus or Calm, or the new immunity blend, you hold it under the tongue. You don't even have to hold it really under the tongue. It gets in instantly. I love to hold it for 60 seconds, passes through the capillaries in the mouth, and goes directly into the blood-brain barrier, past the blood-brain barrier, into the bloodstream, hitting these receptors. You're probably wondering how. You're like, wow, that's super fancy. Or maybe you've never even thought about how things get into your body, how they're delivered. I definitely didn't before I started this company. But this company does have a really unique delivery. And when these receptors are activated, what it does is it brings the body, this endocannabinoid system, it cues the body to come into homeostasis, into balance. So anything that's unbalanced, whether it's, a lot of inflammation, again, no claims, but inflammation, brain fog, anxiety, all of those things come from imbalance in the body. And so what happens is the endocannabinoid system is cueing the body to come to a place where then it can balance out and heal itself. And honestly, I didn't even know that before I started this company. I had no idea that the body's job is to heal itself. It's not something I consciously thought of before. But because we live in such a toxic environment, because we're in fight or flight all the time, and I have to say, even living in Topanga in the canyon, there's still things that stress me out, like when the hummingbirds come flying at my head. I'm like, whoa, great thing to be in fight or flight about, but it's definitely, we're on edge, and we can't heal when we're in that state. Parasympathetic, sympathetic, those are the medical terms, but essentially that's what I'm trying to get across, is these products help take you out of fight or flight and into rest and restore. Gives your body the ability to come to a place where it can balance out and then heal itself. So at the beginning, honestly, I was like, yeah, we don't heal anything. Wink, wink. However, then I learned 6-7 months into the company that we don't heal anything. The body is actually doing the healing. We're just bringing the body to a place that it can heal itself. Okay, Calm, this is another formulation. Oh, I didn't even go to the CBG. CBG is cannabigerol or cannabigerol. There's a lot of features in here I want to cover and talk about, but I simply won't for the sake of time. But CBG, this is really important. This is what makes us stand out, because people are going to ask you if you're already feeling a resonance, or you're like, I know someone who has all those things going on in their life. They're probably going to ask you a lot of questions. First of all, just put them on the phone with Paola or me on a 3-way call, and we'll answer all their questions for them. But also, the CBG is what really sets us apart, because the CBG, Raphael Mechoulam discovered that CBG is actually the stem cell, that first cannabinoid that comes out, that precursor, the godfather, I think they call it the godfather, it could be the godmother. And it then turns into THC, which is the psychoactive compound in the hemp plant, which we don't have any of, thank God. So that way, say for Paola, nurses, anybody that gets drug tested, you don't have to worry about that. Instead, we use CBG, which is that precursor, which serves in the same way that THC would without giving you that psychoactive effect. Okay, I know it's a lot of information. Calm, this is more for rest and relaxation. CBG is really activating for the brain. It gives you that awakening alert, and this is that calm smoothing. We will soon have also the immunity blend. And then touching quickly on the delivery. Like I mentioned earlier, it passes through the capillaries in the mouth when you put the little dropper under your tongue. The way that it does that is we use sound vibration. We essentially break the molecules down, these little liposomes, so small using sound that they actually are the same size as the cell wall. So they pass through the capillaries in the mouth. So it's called sonicated nanotechnology. Don't be frightened by nanotechnology. Nano just means small, technology meaning the delivery. It's just a coined term. Some people get freaked out about it. Everything is totally safe in our products. We have no additives, no fillers, no extra anything. But remember, it's formulated by some of the top chemists and functional medicine doctors out there. So crafted from nature, proven by science. That's something that I love. I know Paola too was kind of waiting for the science in the first year. We had zero science, mostly because we can't make claims. And so you have to be very careful about science. However, we are just showing the data and not making any claims that this cures, treats, or heals anything. Okay, organically sourced, which is so important. I'll tell you why later if you're curious. Write that question down. We'll answer it for you, or we'll send you another video all about it. We have our own proprietary blend. That means nobody else has access to these products. If you want to get these type of products, you have to get them from an affiliate, which ideally would be you. Sonicated nanotechnology, no THC, no ethanol. Most every product out there that's CBD has ethanol in it. They don't even have to put it on the label if it's under a certain amount. Ethanol is not good for the brain. Okay, dairy, gluten, and soy-free, non-GMO, broad spectrum of hemp extract with terpenes. I didn't even talk about the terpenes, but there's 7 different terpenes in both of our products that create something called the entourage effect. I know it's a mouthful. I know it's a lot of stuff. The entourage effect, though, write it down. Essentially, the entourage effect is kind of what you think it is. It's when you have your whole crew. I mean, think about all these ladies on the call. If we walked into the day spa right now, like that's our entourage. We are way more powerful and potent and going to get a lot of more attention from everybody else if we're together working synergistically. I like to say it's like having, instead of just one violin, a whole orchestra. Okay, and it has this glass dropper for accuracy. This is my open bottle. So if you can see on my little picture, you got this. And I actually like to mix the calm and the focus together. That's been my jam lately. Oh yeah, calm's great for sleep too, but the new formulation isn't going to knock you out. The new formulation, I mix them because if I took calm during the day, I'm like, okay, I'll take a nap now. But the new formulation won't knock you out. Pause is our health and wellness blend for pets. Who doesn't love their pets? It's coming out it's actually, I talked to Paul yesterday. He said it's shipping out next Friday in 1 week, which is so amazing. So it's first come, first serve. Like the people who've already done pre-order, we're in pre-order right now, so you can order it and it will ship out next Friday. It's going to be amazing. Right now, if you order the package of 4 bottles, it's only $50 a bottle, which that's going to definitely go up once the product launches. So that's just right now. Even if you're an affiliate, I recommend ordering it. Body Therapy, this is one of my favorite products, Paola's favorite products. This is great on the womb. I love it during my moon time. Elbows for tennis elbow. I'm a roller skater, so I've, especially now that I'm 34 and not 15, and I'm skating like 3 hours at a time, I have to put it all over my knees, my ankles. I just like started slathering my whole body. I thought it would be really funny actually to make a video of me slathering my body in Body Therapy. But it has 1,000 milligrams of CBD, helps with just joint pain, discomfort. Okay, the skincare industry is huge. Next year, or by the end of, next year, 2021, it's projected that it will be $137 billion. What? That is crazy. People spend so much money on skincare. I had no idea. They're projecting that hemp, CBD, and skincare is actually going to be the highest selling products for the next decade. So we have an amazing product we just launched. It's called Nox. It's nitric oxide, not nitrous oxide. When we launched it, I was like, oh God, is this the stuff that you get at the dentist, the laughing gas? It's not. Nitric oxide is naturally occurring in the body. You pair it with this hemp-infused serum. You mix them together. They come in this dual pump. You just squirt it in your hand, mix it together. That's what I like to do. It gets a little foamy. I wipe it, and then I just put it all over my face. I do have a pimple right now because I've been masking every day, just trying to cleanse my skin. But I haven't worn makeup since I started using this, and I love it, honestly. Sometimes I think, oh, I'll put on makeup for you guys while I do this presentation, and then I also want to be myself, and I don't want to put on makeup. I'm doing it for other people, and that's what I'm a stand for, and that's what this business is all about too. It's about doing what you want the way that you want it, and nobody else telling you how to do it. Okay, so the cool thing about this is typically to get the effects that Nox is giving, you have to create trauma to the skin. Microneedling, peeling, chemical peels. I'm not a skincare girl, but those are the things that you typically have to do in order to regenerate the skin. And you don't have to create any trauma with this. You just put it on. It gives you a nice overflow, flush, red, pinkish tint for a few minutes. It actually recruits the blood to the capillaries, bringing oxygen and blood flow and giving you this nice glow. And these are this is 2 weeks. And we know all of these people. These aren't stock photographs. This is our upline, Eileen Carbonfinger. This is one of my good friends, Sarah. This is after 2 weeks. This is amazing. It's astounding. So I love it. It does serve like a mask a little bit, so it does dry you out. So you do need to follow up with a moisturizer. So we have a Hydrate Pure Moisturizer. It's CBD infused, vitamin D, no extra additives, no artificial scents, no parabens, sulfate free. And it's a nice like lavender natural scent. Really nice. Okay, I'm going to pivot. I'm only going to touch briefly on this. I know sometimes some people want to hear it, some people don't. So if you want to hear it, call us. We'll break down this part of the presentation for you. Or we can also send you a video where I've already done that. Again, just wanting to get you curious, see what you like, see what would work for you, see if you're missing something or if there's a gap that we could fill for you. And you are able to run your own business from home. Paola and I have been doing this. I've been doing it for 3.5 years, Paola for 2 years. I was full-time. I'm full-time again now that COVID-19 happened and everybody wants in, but I'm not complaining. I'm so happy to share this. I'm so happy to be able to be of service right now. How many people right there now are out of work who have an opportunity to come and build a business from their living room? So amazing. Cool thing about it is whatever you want to do here, there's room for you at the table. There's no rules. You don't have to show up. For me, it's the perfect job. I don't even like the word job, maybe career. I love it as a career, network marketing. I never thought I'd say that, but it is my perfect career list. Typically I get to travel, I get to serve people, I have great products. I don't have a boss. I don't have to report to anybody. I don't have to be anywhere. I get to choose who I work with. I could go on and on and on. But basically, $1 right now, typically it's $39 to enroll with our company, which is a steal. I mean, nobody ever has complained about that. I told you my friend spent $3.5 million getting a license to start a business in cannabis. You can have your own website for 1 whole year. That's what you're paying your dollar for. Typically it's $39. It is an annual fee. So next year you will have to pay $39 if you want to keep your website. But again, if you have a business and you know what it costs to build a website, or even have one, like a duplicated one. I have one on Squarespace. I don't even use it. There's nothing on it. Nothing. Just a bunch of stuff I tried to put together. I pay, I think, like $318 a year for that. There's nothing on it. This makes me a lot of money. And so I'm happy to pay the $39. What you get is it tracks all of your sales. You have a duplicated website. It's a really sexy, classy brand. People can go to it, they can purchase product, or they can enroll as an affiliate under you. What's cool about this is this business model is similar. If you think of like the share economy, Uber, Airbnb, there's different ways that you can participate. Our company's the same way. So with those companies, you can become a customer of Uber. You can be a user. You know, you could, like our company, you can buy product from us. You could be a driver of Uber, like an affiliate. Not like an affiliate, but you could be a driver, or Airbnb. You could be a host, or you can rent a place. What's cool about this is it's more like being the owner of Uber or the owner of Airbnb, because you're building your own business. And what happens is, instead of, say Paola shares this with Erlinda, like she did, and say this is say typically in this example, let's say it's the Uber driver. The Uber driver, because Paola referred Erlinda to start driving as well, she may get a one-time referral from Uber, but she's not going to get a commission off everything Erlinda ever does again, and what her team does and what their team does. What this does is it gives you a little bit of compensation, and it's not a lot. You know, it's like I said, the company takes 50% out, and then they divide it through these 8 different ways in the compensation plan. But this way, anytime Paola or Erlinda or Erlinda's friend orders a bottle, or their friend orders a bottle, Paola's still getting compensated for being the connector there. And I think it's absolutely brilliant, because I actually am working with another company. It's totally unrelated. And it's just a product that I love, and I started working with it, but I'm noticing that I'm sharing it with people, and then they're sharing it with people, and I'm like, oh, this is the power of network marketing, because I would be making a little bit of money for sharing it with that person who shared it with that person who shared it with that person. And so I think a lot of times this model gets a bad rap for it's a pyramid and only the people at the top. It's not that way. It's the people who work the hardest make the most, and that's what I love about it. Also, the people underneath benefit from the people above too. So it's actually not a pyramid in that sense. But I'll just say that this is the most brilliant business model right now. I've believed in it for a couple years, and I knew that it was the future, but the future is here. So you can get started for $1, and also you get wholesale pricing for a year. At that point, you would then purchase a package. Depending on what you want to do here, typically our packages start at $300, because if you become an affiliate, you're going to build a business. You want to have product to use, sample, share, sell. Right now, Paul, because of COVID and the current situation, he's made it possible for you to come in on one single bottle of Focus, and you get a lip balm with that as well for $99. And so $100, you can start a business and start on a product, and you'll have a website that's up and live that you can then send people to. That package will get you active status in the company, so that you can start making money in the company. But essentially, you could literally start a hemp business from your home right now for $100. Depending on where you live, there will be tax and shipping, so it could be like 111. But again, you know, like everybody's getting a stimulus check, right? Take 111. I mean, if I were you, I would get a little more and just really dive in, but that's just because I see the opportunity here because I've been here for 3.5 years. Okay, 4 pays you more. I'm not going to go into this. I'm sorry. If you want to know, I'm happy to even talk on the phone after this. But basically, you get 25% of the first package. When somebody enrolls in an affiliate, say you sign up today, or Linda, say her guest on the call says, you know what, this is what I've been praying for. This is exactly what I need. She's like, I'm going to get that 6-pack. It feels like a stretch for me right now with what's going on, but I'm going to buy it for $445. And the reason I'm going to do that is because she's actually paying for 5 bottles and she gets 1 for free. So she has her bottle, then she can sell the other 3, even at wholesale or retail cost, recoup all her money, and then she's got 2 sample packs as well. Well, Erlinda would then make $112 right off the top, because you make 25%. Every time a new affiliate joins the company, you make 25%. So on this package, it's an all-inclusive pack. It's not too often people come in on this package, but there are people who, I was at a meeting, one of the last meetings that we had in person, and this woman was like, yeah, I definitely want that all-inclusive package. Well, my affiliate made $389 on that right off the top, that 25%. On this 3-pack, you'll make $67, so on and so forth. So these are just a couple of the packages to give you an example. However, this is really great, and this is really cool. So I want you to, if you're already feeling in resonance with this, start making a list right now of people that you can think of that might be interested in it. I mean, my list initially looked like, okay, my mom, my brother, well, you can't sign my dog up, but my boyfriend. I was just thinking like, okay, who can I sign up right now? Who can I get 4 people for? Because if you sign up 4 people in your first 28 days, you get that 25% doubles. And instead of getting 25%, you'll get 50%. So that 67 would turn to 136. This 25% would turn to 223, and this 389 would turn to 778. That's amazing. $778 from one order, like from a $1,500 package. And so again, you have to enroll 4 people in order to activate that 50%. What's really cool is there's no cap on it. You could enroll 100 people in your 28 days and you would make 50% of every person that came in. And I will say, I met a girl at the leadership summit we just had in Cancun. Our CEO took 111 of us, I think. I think, or 120 to, hello, 111, 120 to Mexico, and she got a check for $35,000. That's what he wrote for her Fast Start bonus. Granted, she'd done network marketing before, but she pulled a lot of people in her first 28 days. Okay, team building. We build 2 teams here. This is a points system. And I love this because most companies have points, as you know, you get airline miles, you got hotels, and then you cash them in for more things. What I love about this is this company gives you cash. They give you cold, hard cash or points. So every time your left team makes 200 points and every time your right team makes 200 points, then you cash out $20. And I don't want to go into this. I wanted to keep this call really short, and we've already gone so over. But basically what's cool is everybody on the left team benefits from each other and everybody on the right team benefits from each other. So it really does create this team building aspect. Just to give you a little idea, let's just say this is you're like, I'm in, texting your Linda right now. You're like, sign me up. I want your next bubble. I want to be the next bubble. So they sign up. And somebody else on this call is saying the same thing. And because you signed up first, you would go here. And then the next person would either depending on which side, everyone has a power leg and a pay leg, which I'll go into later. But the power leg is the leg that your sponsor, the person who invited you to this call, is going to help you build. So one of your teams is going to be, your sponsor is going to help you build. And so then say, okay, I'm signing up right now. Just send me your website. You go here. The next person would then go here. And as long as you were active, you purchased your package, or at least one bottle, $89. That's active status, $89 a month to be able to make money in our company. Then you would get points from what this person does. And then the next person comes in down here, and as long as you're active, this person will get points and you will get points, and so on and so forth. And because this company is still at the beginning stages and we're launching all over the globe, we just opened Japan and Mexico. Every time someone on my team, like say they're here, someone from Japan enrolls, I'm getting people in Japan, and my tree is growing and I'm getting points. And guess what? So are you. You're getting points too. So I know it's confusing. It's totally a learning curve. I didn't understand this for like 5 months, mostly because I joined 6 months before the company launched and they didn't give us any information, but we were still trying to figure it out in our back office. Be really grateful that you weren't here during those times. We call that the bleeding edge. But now we're on the leading edge, and I will break this down for you. Actually, my videos will. So matching bonus, this is great. Like I talked about earlier, you get rewarded for bringing people in infinitely with points, but for the matching bonus, you can actually make a bonus up to 7 levels. I'm a diamond in the company. As you hit rank, as you build a team here, you essentially hit rank. I'm a diamond in the company. So let's just say, Paola's my level 1, or Linda's my level 2, or Linda's sign up is my level 3. We'll say she takes off with this, the team building points. She's just like going, cashing out points, cashing out points. I would actually get a 15% bonus on whatever she's doing, just because I brought someone in who brought someone in who brought her in. So this is a really amazing part of the comp plan. And then the residual rewards, it's what we all come to Hollywood and network marketing for, right? We all want that mailbox money, those checks that continue to come in your bank every single week. I get direct deposit. We have direct deposit that you can get set up with your bank. We get paid every single week. And hopefully this company pays after you die too, as long as you remain active. So my children, hopefully they'll stay active, and I'm hoping this is just going to fuel not only them, but a whole lot of other people, because that's really what I want to do. I want to create wealth and success for many. Okay, right now there's a promotion going on. We have an incredible app. It's $7.95 a month, I believe. It's totally worth every penny. It's so cutting edge. It's literally the most cutting edge app I've seen. We have training on it if you need, but you can make videos, and literally in your video you can record a selfie and say, hey Bob, it's Sarah, remember that oil you tried the other day? If you want to order a sample, a 5-day supply, you can click here. All you have to do is pay for the shipping. But if you want to go ahead and get a full bottle, you can actually tap right here, and it will take them directly to your site. They tap the video, it'll go to your website. They can either order a sample, pay for the shipping for the sample. It'll send a 5-day supply to them with an information card on it. It will also do a drip campaign every single day. It'll even give them an email the day before it arrives saying, hey, look out for in the mail, your product's about to arrive. Here's some information on CBG. So you don't have to do all those touches. It will educate them for you. And then they can order a bottle directly from your website that's populated through your back office that you paid $1 for, and you get paid in 1 week. So that's amazing. Actually, you get paid in 2 weeks. Well, right now you get paid in 1 week, because that's a promo that he's running right now. We typically have 2-week arrears, but so you get this for 60 days for free, and I would use the heck out of it for sure, because it's worth it. Sweet note from our CEO: if you're feeling overwhelmed right now, you're not alone. As our CEO, Paul Rogers, says, it's a scary time for many people, but it also presents an opportunity to really help people. Primary Body is uniquely positioned to help people right now in a very significant way. We can give hope and offer people a business that allows them to take their physical and financial health back, help amidst all the fear and ambiguity. So yeah, essentially, we've got a great team, we've got great resources, we've got great products. The question is, what do you see for yourself here? Maybe you just want to try the product. Maybe you want one of those 5-day supplies. Or Linda has the app. She doesn't even know yet, I'm sure, but she just joined, so she can send you a link to order your own 5-day sample. And maybe you're like me, maybe, hopefully you're like me and like, yes, this is going to change so many people's lives and upshift lives on so many levels. And maybe you are feeling like, you know what, I'm good, I'm happy, I'm content with everything in my life, but I do know people who could utilize this. And for that reason, I would sign up for $1. Otherwise, share it with the person who invited you to this call. Refer them to the person who invited you to this call, because most people right now are struggling. You know, I hate that that's the reality, and it's shifting, and this is an opportunity to really help wake people up at a cellular level, to help them come into alignment with themselves, to really be centered and, like Paola said, present, grounded in their own awareness and their own being. Because really, I believe that's all we're looking for anyways. I think we all are just looking to find happiness and joy in the moment. And because anything that I'm reaching for outside of myself, it's just to feel good. That's all I want. And when you have products and a community and a company and an opportunity that can help people feel good, you're lifting the vibration of the planet. And I think that's really good medicine to give people. My guides are telling me that I forgot to mention that we don't make any financial claims. This is absolutely a business. The energy you put in is what you'll get out of it. The great thing about this business is you have mentors and allies and resources and trainings to help you create something, whatever you want here. That's the thing. I'm very adamant about being somebody who can help craft and curate what it is you're looking to do here. And I will show you how to build a business if that's what you want. And I'm so grateful that you've taken so much time out of your Saturday or whatever day you're listening to this. If you're tuning into the recording, I'm sending you all so much love and blessings and peace and joy. And I'm so honored to be Paola and Erlinda's business partner. And hopefully some of you on this call are resonating with the information that we've shared today. And if you are, don't wait a minute. Don't hesitate. They say intelligent people make decisions quickly and change their minds slowly. So I'll hand it back to you, Paola.
Thank you so much. I learn every single time you do another presentation, because you always put in some new little nuggets in there. Thank you so much for tuning in. And again, don't feel overwhelmed with the comp plan. Again, for some people, this is not what it is, not your path right now. But personally, I believe, I was just sharing with my friend, it's like, I think everybody needs to be on some form of hemp, because of what's going on, the environment, everything is making us be in this fight or flight, right? Mind of state. So whatever you choose, again, because the hemp plant absorbs toxins from the soil. That's what the hemp plant is supposed to do. It's here to symbiotically heal the planet, the environment, but also us. And so I just tuned in with my guides as well to see what else needed to be said for today. But thank you so much. We're here with so much more information. If you're ready, let's talk. Thank you.